recognized.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, and I yield myself such time as I may consume.
Gentlewoman from Wisconsin is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I join my colleague, the gentleman from Missouri, in urging my colleagues to support H.R. 5471. However, before I get into why we should support the bill, I need to thank all of my partners in this effort. As has been mentioned, Mr. Stivers has been fantastic throughout this entire process. I knew going into this that I had a great Republican partner, but I can't say enough about Representative Stivers. Time will not allow me to do it. But I had another great bipartisan partner in Representative Gibson on the Agriculture Committee. And of course, it's always a joy to work with a good friend and colleague on the Ag Committee, Representative Marcia Fudge. H.R. 5471 is a true end-user bill. The bill is targeted as it applies to centralized treasury units, centers, or CTUs, of non-financial end-user companies. The CTU model enables an end-user corporation to efficiently centralize hedging risks for the entire consolidated corporate group and is, in fact, a corporate best practice. It permits companies to more efficiently hedge commercial business risk, which was always the intent of Dodd-Frank. The CTF agrees with the underlying policy of the bill as they provided no action relief on this point. However, H.R. 5471 is still needed because, as a practical matter, no action relief is no substitute for statutory fixes, as it creates legal uncertainty when deciding how to organize your global business structure. Corporate boards may be hesitant to approve a decision, as they're required to do, that violates the law based only on an assurance that CTFC staff will not recommend enforcement. H.R. 5471 fixes the quirky result of treating companies that use a CTU model differently than companies that do not accomplish the same result. The bill also solves another far more technical issue with the no action relief that relates to CTUs issuing swaps as a principal as opposed to as an agent. There is simply no good reason to not address the issues. In fact, CTUs are considered corporate best practices. I can offer you, Mr. Speaker, an example of one company in my district, Miller Coors. They summarized it best in written testimony before the House Financial Services Committee. Quote, though it may be tempting to view all derivatives as risky financial products that were central to the credit crisis, we must remember that these are important tools upon which thousands of companies depend to manage risks in the real economy, unquote. Just remember that we all have companies in our districts that use swaps legitimately to mitigate risks. Thank you. I urge all my colleagues to support this important legislation, and I reserve my time.